Hi friends, so this is your friend Arun from Live in Germany channel. So today I am back again with another important topic regarding how to invite family and friends to Germany on the short-term visit visa. So in this video I'll be explaining the whole process, also the documents what you need to prepare here, what application they have to submit, what is the fee, where they have to do. So this video will be a bit longer than the normal 5-minute 10-minute videos, but I have time stamped this also, so you can skip to the section whenever and wherever you want to visit. So please make use of this. Also please do share this video with your friends so that you can show our support, and please do subscribe our channel so that we can keep making more videos on special topics like this which are not commonly found. And if you're looking for any kind of insurances, home loans, or any other different services in Germany, do check out the link in our description. You can book an appointment and talk with me or other experts related to the field to answer your further questions. Now, let's go on to the video, or in other words, let's go on to the computer. Hi guys, back to the computer. So I have opened up a lot of tabs as you can see on the screen. These are all the tabs you might require in order to fulfill the complete process. So we just have to go one by one. I'll also put in the same order in description, so nothing to worry. Some of them you have to search for your individual profiles, like say for your city or for your particular VFS, but the links which I have posted could be used for most of the cases. Yeah. So first I'll show you the checklist, and then after the checklist, we will see each individual item in the checklist. So this checklist link is also in description. So now let's go on. So first you need a valid passport for your parents who want to visit you in Germany, for example, and their passport validity should have also another 3 months validity after they return to India. So this is one requirement. So if you expect their passport to get over by say in 5 to 6 months, then better wait for the passport to be renewed to bring them here, or plan accordingly. And also make sure that they have empty pages in the passport for them to stamp. So this is one important criteria. Next, the application form, it's all online. I'll show the application process and how the application form looks after it's downloaded also. That's why this video is a bit longer. Personal cover letter will show an example. This explains the purpose, why they have to visit. This is a requirement for you to submit an application. And of course, if they are employed, they need a leave letter. If they are studying in a school, if it's like small children, they need to get permission from school, and this is one thing required. Next, the flight reservation details. Next, the travel health insurance. This is a one common question whom you can take from. So I would suggest join in our Telegram, ask the people who are traveling or used this particular travel insurance in different cities, and see which travel insurance works best in your city or for your case. And the requirements of travel insurance also we'll see in detail a little bit at the end. So other is the important thing of Verpflichtungserklärung, or the sponsor letter. So I will also tell you in detail regarding what is this sponsor letter, how to get it, what documents are required for that separately, how do you do it here, what is the fees, and what is the financial requirement. So this is also one big chunk of process or also a part in the video. And last is the two passport pictures according to biometric. This also but still I'll show you what it is about. And one important factor is do not staple any of the documents which you will be providing to the for the purpose of visa. And you have to make sure it's all in A4 size. So this is one common rule they have, and we also do that, but it's just a small heads up. So this is one common list for a Schengen visa. So I also looked into if there are different lists and just different formats. I would say I looked into the version of Chennai. You can also look for other Bangalore and Kolkata and Delhi. So it just asks an extra question like for this checklist, if the person has lived there, where are they traveling? And almost all the documents after that is the same. So you don't have to worry that it will be different for different embassies. So at least in this visit visa, we don't see anything as that. Only thing that is a little bit, this additional forms are customized for requirements, and checklist helps them to see if all the documents are there or not. Yeah, so that's the only thing, but this is totally available everywhere. So this is the checklist, guys. I hope I was showing you briefly, of course, the flight reservation and stuff. We'll see in detail now to the next step. For example, the first process is the application form. How to fill the application, how to download is the next step. Now let's go on to that. So, hi guys, in this section, we will see regarding the application form. Like I said, I will just quickly walk you through. This is all done online. This application form is for your parent to fill in order to apply for the visa. But normally we do it on behalf of our parents and then give it to them so that they can just sign it. So that is why I'm going to show you the form. So please remember, this is form for your parent in order to apply for the visa. This is a visa application form. So once you go to this visa application form provided by the VFS or from the Ausland Amt, so it has 5 different sections. I'll just fill some rough data for myself, for my mom. So you guys can also do that similar matching for anyone who's inviting. The first section is the applicant's personal details. So this is mostly in my case, for example, like my mom's first name, last name, date of birth, place of birth, all details, what is normally entered in the passport. Next is occupation. So if they are working somewhere, then like I said in the checklist, they have to provide some kind of leave letter from their employer. If they are studying in a school, then they also have to provide a no objection certificate. So, but assuming that it's a whole housewife, for example, or someone who's retired, you can just mention no occupation in the section. Next section comes the applicant's contact details. Here you can give the applicant's contact details like your parents' address and phone number and email address, for example. So this is what's required. Third is the travel document, which is normally the passport. So there are multiple options, but it's mostly the passport which we use as Indians. So ordinary passport, travel document number, date of issue, valid until all these details, just take and copy paste from your passport. So other question they have here is, for example, biometric data, has it been already been recorded? I think mostly if it's a first time applicant, you don't have to tick it. If you're doing multiple time or doing new after a lot of time, then you can click on S. Next is travel data. Here you need to be careful on what kind of purpose you click for your parents. So mostly it will be visit of family and friends. So please do click that, and maybe tourism also you can include. It's not a problem. And first date of entry, say if you're directly booking a flight to Germany, you can do that. Or if it's a different country like Austria, Switzerland, Amsterdam, Paris, you can also choose that. And you can also say what is the main travel destination, which is Germany. Since we're all living in Germany, multiple entry visa, if it's required, you can also select that. And most important, you have to enter the intended date of travel in the Schengen area. I mentioned, and when I was doing the checklist regarding the like reservation for flight, so make sure the flight reservation date matches with this application so that there is no difference in the dates when you're applying for visa. And approximately calculate the number of days. You can enter this. These are all mandatory fields. So if you have already, if your parents have already visited Germany in the last 3 years, you can click on S. If not, you're doing the first time is my assumption. Let's leave it like that. So other than that, the last entry is the reference. Like say, if you are the person who's inviting them, just click on type of reference. In this case, it's a inviting person. And then you can enter your details. Like in my case, it's me. I just put Aaron, my Nachname, my sexuality, the street, house number, postal code details, and so on. It should match with what we will do in the next step in the Verpflichtungserklärung, so the formal obligation letter or sponsor letter to be short. So make sure this is the same. And in the last sections, it's like travel assumption of cost. So normally we are sponsoring our parents to come here. So we have to tick out this particular detail. And last means of support, you can click on cash, credit card, or like myself, like what I assumption of all expenses during the stay. That means I'm taking care of all the expenses for my mom. So I just clicked on this. So once all this is done, you just click on continue. And then it shows you that you can download a PDF. If there is any mistake or an error or something missing, this portal will also show us. So now I have entered, I clicked on download, it has downloaded. We'll just open shortly to see how it looks like. Yeah. So it's like comes in 7 pages. So all the details, what I have entered has come out in a beautiful form. That's all you need to do. And you just send it to your parents. Maybe they can print out and just put their signature, date, and that's it, nothing more. The photo thing we will cover in the next one. So this is the application form you get. It's totally free of cost. You can do it maximum of 5 to 10 minutes of time in order to get this done. So Now this part of photo, so I'll just explain the photograph. The photograph is same thing what you have done for your applications when you came to Germany. It's a biometric. It should not be older than 6 months of time. So make sure you follow this particular format so that there is no problem you get. And the next, once you have application and the photograph, along with the application, along with the cover letter and everything, you have to also sign this declaration on travel and health insurance. So here we enter our parents' name, date of birth, passport details, and also we just sign. I mean, they should sign saying that they have a particular health insurance. So health insurance, the embassies also nowadays post link of Policy Bazaar. You can buy anything you want, or if you want specific questions, join our Telegram group. There are 4,000 people. I'm sure there are at least 10 parents coming each month or week every day. So you can ask them how they have used the insurance for a particular sickness, what's the coverage, and get practical experience rather than just taking basis on company names. So this is my personal suggestion. When my mom came, I took something, I don't remember what's the name, but I would suggest take something that is really helpful in case of an emergency. So this form also has to be signed and along with the application. The other form, what they have to sign is this declaration saying that all details are correct to my knowledge, best of my knowledge, and so on. This also has to be signed by the parent. So this also they have to include. All the links are in description, guys, like I said. So there is nothing to explain this in detail. So along with the application, if they are not able to go in person to submit the form or something like that, then there is option of power of attorney annexure A. So should fill this forms like name, your parents' name, and authorize, say, for example, your brother or sister or a travel agent, for example, and then enter the details and then sign it so that they can do the next process for them. When I did, I assigned a friend of mine, so he went and did it. It was not a problem. So I think it should be the same also when I'm making this video. So once you done all this application process and so on, I also just put this website like VFS Global. Here they have almost all the details which is required for the application forms. Although I put it individually, you can also have a look at it. So based on the selection of our short-term visa, the portal is showing us different options. I stick to this so we can see visa fees, document required, and so on. So let's not go so deep into that. So once that is done, then you are almost through with your application. Next step is the Verpflichtungserklärung, which we will see now. So after that, at end, I'll show you where to book the appointment, and regarding the visa fee, we will see at the very end. So thanks for watching. And the next step we have is, for example, the Verpflichtungserklärung. So this is an obligation letter saying that we will be able to support the person whom we are inviting into Germany. We will take care of them, maintain the expenses, and also we have the space and time to do that. So how do you find this form for your city? So all you have to do is Google Verpflichtungserklärung plus or space your city's name. Most possibly you will find a link. If not, like I said, make use of a Telegram group. Immediately you'll get an answer. So once you have this form, it is mostly common procedure, the documents. So I'll say the documents first. So documents, you need a formula, like there is a form for that. That is the next one we'll see. And you need the copy of your particular passport or visa, because we are foreigners, they'll also ask the visa. Next, they'll ask for 3 months of salary slip from your previous months, and also possibly your work contract if required, or any kind of letter from your employer. Either of them will be required. So you can choose which one you want. So if you're a freelancer, then you have to show your income statement of past 6 months from your Steuerberater. But otherwise, most of us are employed. So I think 3 months of salary slip is enough. Yeah. So next is Mietnachweis. This shows that you have been paying rent. And sometimes they also ask for Mietvertrag. That means your rental agreement, because in rental agreement, it shows what's the size of the house, how many rooms are available, and so on. And if they are allowed to bring in guests also is sometimes mentioned. So please make sure you take this, and also ensure that you have enough space. So approximately it is 13 quadrat-meters. I think it's 12 point something, if I think I remember correctly. So 13 quadrat-meters per person. So if you have 30 quadrat-meters house, 30, you can invite as a single person, maybe another person to visit. Yeah. Say in my case, my home is a 2 Zimmer house. it's like approximately 40 quadrat or 45 quadrat. I can invite 2 persons if I want to, or 1 person at max is also good enough. So this is what is a requirement you need to keep in mind. And yeah, this is just the information saying normally this Verpflichtungserklärung is given individually, but if it's a couple you're inviting, then you can also include in the same form. That's what they mean. And you need a copy of passport of the person whom you're inviting. This is very important. And all this cost around 29 euros. Yeah. So this is the fee which you will pay in order to get this piece of paper. So this piece of paper will take at least 2 weeks of time sometimes to get it all processed, 2 to 3 weeks or sometimes even 4. So make sure you plan it very well advanced, because in some cities you need a prior appointment in order to even submit the documents and apply for this. So you have to make sure that you have it already. One important information for Verpflichtungserklärung is, say you are earning less, or you are a big family, say 3 kids, and you want to invite 4 people from India for some reason for a week or so, and then your income is not sufficient to support them. So what they say, you have to show a particular amount of money as deposit in your city treasury. So you have to deposit, in this example for Ingolstadt, 3,000 euros for an adult person, for one adult person, and 1,500 euros for one child under 16 years of age. This value can change between cities. Ingolstadt is damn costly, and that's why it is maybe 3,000. If it's lesser or higher, please to put in comment section. But this is one thing you might have to keep in mind. If your salary is not sufficient, they will ask you to do this for sure. So these are all the documents you should carry when you go or when you apply online. Nowadays, it's all email and scan copies. It also helps. So next step is the first point here of filling the application form for the support letter or Verpflichtungserklärung. So this form also is city specific. There are also some generic forms. So search for Verpflichtungserklärung Antrag, and then you will find this contract for your particular city. If not, like I said, again, you are welcome to put in our Telegram, and there will be people happy to share the links. So once you have the link, you have to fill this form. Here you enter your details, like your name, Vorname, Nachname, your citizenship, your passport number, what is your job is the Beruf, for example, name of your employer, if your contract is temporary or unlimited contract. So unbefristet means unlimited, befristet means limited, and you just mention the date till your contract is valid. You can also invite people when you're on probe site, but you have to mention if you're on probe site or not, and the city will decide based on your conditions of your employment how they can arrange this particular document. Yeah. Next, you have to include like the monthly net income, Kindergeld if you are married and having kids, other kinds of income, and if other person in your home is also earning, say you have a partner or a wife or a man, you can also enter those details here. So then you just mention how many persons, like Anzahl means the number. So you just enter 1, 2, 3. So you have 2 kids. So person unter 2, 6 Jahre, and you just enter 2, and then the name of the children, and then the birthday of the children, so that they know how many people are in the house and how much space is there. Next comes this part of how much space. So here we enter, for example, how much is the quadrat and how many rooms you have, how much money you pay for the house, and how much money you have to do maintenance cost, and if it's your own home. This is all very important. There is 2 things which I want to say, which is also very important. The other one is, if you have any kind of credit, you have to mention that. Car loans, personal loans, home loans in Germany. In Germany, you have to mention that. And this is one thing a lot of people confuse, Unterhaltverpflichtung. This, when you put in DeepL or Google Translate, it shows as maintenance. It is not maintenance of your own, like not like paying for your phone bills or internet cost or something like that. This is something, for example, if you are divorced and you want to pay a supporting money every month, you are obliged to pay them. Or if you have someone sick at your back in India and you're paying them, or even sometimes you pay your parents every month regularly, then you have to mention this value. Otherwise, please don't mention 300, 400 as my expense for food, going out for restaurant with my wife, and because they will see this as a different expense actually. So don't do that. Make sure if you don't do any of the things I mentioned, put it as 0. Other than that, the last entry will be details of the people whom you're going to invite. So enter their details. Say I'll enter my mom's name, Vorname, Nachname, her details, for example. So she's, for example, my mom. So this is the Beziehung. It means relationship. You can also mention that. And purpose of the visa, it's like Besuch, maximum of 90 days in my case. So once you have that, you just have to sign the document and then give it to them. And also mention here specifically when the person will be traveling, for example. So once you have this form filled, take it along with the documents which I mentioned a little bit earlier, and then along with 29 euros, you book an appointment, and it should be done. Yeah. So this is a very important step, I would say. Make sure you give enough time so that you will get this paper, because this paper has to reach India when your family is applying for the visa. So make sure you give ample time to do that. So this section I have explained very deeply on the Verpflichtungserklärung. If you have any questions, please do put on the comment section. We will go to that. So this is just again the same form. So the next ones I will be talking about the appointment bookings, fees, and other information. So now let's go on to the next section. Yeah, okay. So this is just a common link where you can find the appointment links for Schengen visa. So basically you have different embassies in India: New Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai. So based on where you are located or which is your particular embassy, you have to choose the specific line. So this is what I would suggest. So what I did, for example, here, like I choose Chennai, and then it showed me I have to make an account with VFS Global. So I just made an account with VFS Global. It was logging in, and I didn't make an appointment. But for you, this is how it looked like. You have to book an appointment using this option. You can choose the application center. I'm from Coimbatore, so I choose Coimbatore, for example. And then you can also choose the category, which is here, Schengen visa less than 90 days. And subcategory, again, you can choose visit to family and friends. I mean, I'm making this video at a time where it is not, time slots are not available, but normally there will be slots available, and you can enter the details of your parents so that they can, so that they have an appointment in order to submit these documentations. So this is the link, how it works. So first you enter the appointment details, then the parents details, book an appointment, just accept, and that's it. That is, it's not highly complicated. If somebody is doing on your behalf, then I think they can also handle this for you. Yeah. So these are all the very important stuff I wanted to share with you. So apart from this, what else is there is, for example, one important parameter is the fee. So each time the fee is different. So when I'm making this video, the fee is around 7,100 euros. 100 rupees, I'm sorry. So 7,100 rupees. So based on the transaction or the currency value, this price keeps changing. Yeah. So please check at that point of time what is the price. You can either pay by cash or you can take a demand draft. I also add the link of the fees information where to find. And normally when you have given all this documentation, this will take at least 2 to 3 weeks of time, sometimes even quick as 7 days. So please make sure you have ample time. Take the travel insurance, like I said. You have to make sure it has 30,000 euros worth of health capacity, coverage capacity, and for the whole duration of your travel. And the other important section which I wanted to explain you before I complete my video is the cover letter. This cover letter is a very important parameter in order to get the application form. So now let's go on to the cover letter. Guys, I just found this cover letter on a website. This is most likely the same, one of the highly sought cover letter. So I'll just say very crisply what you need. It has to be formal. It has to contain precise information. What kind of information I'll tell you? It has to contain the, for example, the from to address, the date, for example, because this from address could be the something to which they will send the passport if you are choosing, for example, a courier facility, which cost around 500 rupees, for example. So this is something you have to mention. And after that, you have to say that like you're writing on behalf of your parents, right? So write like a parent. So I am planning to visit my son Arun, who is living in Germany, for between this particular number of dates. And I'll be traveling alone, and I want to visit him and also travel around Germany. That's all you have to type, actually. Maybe when I want to include, I would write, I would like to visit Amsterdam, or I would like to visit, for example, some other family member in Dusseldorf or Frankfurt. These details you can mention. And finally, you just have to say that I have attached all the requirement documents as mentioned below, and this is a small itinerary of my travel. So once you just write that, this one example is a very deeply written, but you don't have to do all that. So once you have that, you just have to say, for example, like date, activity. In normal case, I would just say date coming next month, particular date, staying with my son. This weekend we are traveling here. This weekend we are planning to go maybe to somewhere, and at end I'm traveling back to India through this particular airport, like say Munich or something. So once and then enclose the details. Say for example, I have attached all the documents. Just write whatever is written in the Schengen, and then put I hope all the documents are fine. Please don't hesitate. Blah blah blah. To contact me for further details, and just ask your parent to sign the document. And that's pretty much it, actually. So one thing, since I was mentioning about leaving the Germany via a particular airport, I made a video a little bit before Corona how a person can even go up to the gate in order to make sure that the parent is leaving to the flight properly and supporting them. So this is possible in Germany. Please do check the video. And if you want more information on how to book this wheelchair, or what is the experience, and if you want to make a video on that, please do put it in the comment section. I'll definitely make a video. So I know this video is very long, but this is all the information one person need in order to bring their parent to Germany. This VFS link also says it's stepwise, but I just made it more with some practical information. So I hope this video was informative for you, and please do subscribe our channel and show your support. I've been trying to make a lot of not so common topics for you guys. So please support me so that I can continue doing that. Otherwise, I have to jump into the normal cliche topics again. So thanks for watching, and have a nice day.